Hello everyone and welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James and today we're looking at another Union Mills model. This one being, let me just get the box, the LSWR Class 700 class, I should stop saying class, 060 locomotive in BR black livery with the running number 30316. And inside the box, well, first of all, the box has not much really else apart from a picture and also basically manufacturer's logo. Inside, other than getting bubble wrap just to protect your loco, you do get a single bit of paper, maybe some other bits like the catalogue, but we won't go into that. But the single bit of paper has history of the class, just explaining a bit more detail, and also some little bits of maintenance and explaining how to use your model. And I quickly will point out that Union Mills models, all of them, are made by the single guy called Colin, or otherwise known as Mr. Hurd. But yes, they all come from the Isle of Man, and yeah, he does cater to models which the two manufacturers don't actually produce. So you will find some rather unique looking, unique examples which he makes, but he only makes them in batches, so do try to get them when he's able to. But yes, it's the class. Just move it a bit closer so you can see it, but you will see it on the turntable later. I will point out these are tender-driven locos, so all the running parts are in here. These are free rolling, and the electrics are a little bit confusing because you basically get power from one side on the front set wheels and power from the other side on the back set wheels. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but it does run fairly well, and it pulls an astounding amount of rolling stock. There's no NEM couplings because it's just basically built. It's very heavy. I'll check the weight in a minute. Detail is basic. You can improve it yourself, but like I said, it's made by the one guy, so you can't expect the same level of detail which you get from Bachmann or Bachmann, Graham Ferris, or Dapol. But compared to the prices, these only cost at most £90. To get a locomotive from Bachmann or Dapol, it will cost you £100 or more, especially of this size of locomotive. But let's have a quick look at the weight before I get a bit more into the detail. Just turn that on. So I probably should have had that way first. I'll go that way. It is 128.4 grams. It is extremely heavy for the size of locomotive. I've actually, it's probably weighs the same amount as a locomotive, a good inch or two longer. Like I said, detail is basic. You can improve it yourself by just using paint, very carefully painting, and then adding weathering. But on about the 700 class itself, it looks rather nice. It's a good locomotive, so the livery is going to always be black. The other only livery which you can get is Southern Black, so it's black or black. To add detail to the Southern Black one, you'd probably add some green striping over the boiler. The only main difference is the running numbers, and also on the back here it will say Southern then running number. So basic changes, but main thing which you can probably fix easily is this wire, which looks a bit unsightly, but if you trim it down it should look a bit better. There is a little bit of cab detail. Just trying to move it. You might be able to see, just about. You might be able to see when it's on the turntable. But one thing which does strike me is that it does look very much like the other Union Mills model, the T9, which is also made by designed by the same person of Douglas Drummond. And so yeah, it does have a very striking resemblance to the T9, apart from the splashes here do look different. But yes, that's quite a nice model. So it will look better once you've done it up, but otherwise, for the price, I'm happy with it. And considering how well it runs, and I'll show you that once I get onto the layout, it will pull whatever you put behind it. No, probably put several times its own weight behind it, it will keep going. I should actually try that one day, see how much one of these can pull, but today we'll just do my normal test rake. But there is one detail which I've not been able to reproduce myself, is the stamped number on the front. So that's a little bit tiny detail just to make it look nice. But I don't know if the Southern Black ones have the running number on the actual the buffer bar, so I'll have to see if that is actually a feature. But yeah, let's get it onto the turntable and then I can tell you a bit more about the class itself. So I'll see you in a bit. The LSWR 700 class was a class of 30 060 steam locomotives designed for freight work. The class was designed by Drummond in 1897 for the London South Western Railway in England, and built by Dubs and Company out of Queen's Park Works in Promenade, Glasgow in Scotland. The locomotives gained the nickname Black Motor early in their career. They were well designed and had few modifications during the existence of the fleet, the exception being fitted with superheaters from 1919 to 1929, which required the fitting of an extended smokebox. They shared many standard parts with Drummond's other designs, such as the M7 tank engine. The 700s remained intact as a class through Southern ownership from 1923 to 1947. The locomotives passed to British Railways in 1948, and BR increased the former LSWR and SR numbers by 30,000. The first to drawn was 30688 in September 1957, with the second 30352 following in June 1959, and the third 30687 in September 1960. The final 7 were all drawn by British Railways in December 1962. None were saved for preservation. Now here we are on my Gosport layout, and the 700 class is just waiting for us here. But yes, we've got our test rake all set up of 8 Mark I coaches, each weighing about 25 grams. So this rake is about 200 grams in total. But considering that this locomotive is fairly heavy and is the brand of locomotives are quite known for their pulling power, I don't think it will actually have any issues pulling any of this. In fact, it'll probably stick double the weight on and it probably still wouldn't notice. Anyway, I have temporarily solved the dead frog issues by just getting some little feeder wires just to run some power to the frogs. This one never seemed to have any issues, so yeah, that one can stay as it is. But yeah, so I should be able to run the loco around fairly well. I will have to point out that this end is the furthest end of the layout, so it does tend to lose a bit of power over there. I still need to sort that one out. But yeah, otherwise, let's have a quick go at slow speed. Needs a decent amount of power just to start it going. I'd say probably about 10%. Probably slow as I can go, but if I do any slower it'll probably stall. Let's try it in reverse. Yeah, it's starting to stall. It's probably best I can do. It's not too bad. So it is DC only at the moment. Like I said, you can get these DCC chipped. You do have to send them off. I think it's Wix model centre, whatever it is. But yeah, they do specialise in, well, they can do Union Mills locos for DCC chipping. I've got 3 of them, so I should probably send mine over there at some point. Anyway, let's have a quick run around the layout and see how she gets on. So here we go. A decent speed, just so it covers that far end. Of course, with trees you can't quite see it in the back over there, but yeah, these points I needed a bit more cleaning. That's some loose ballast here and there. Yeah, tunnel. Ooh. Has it gone stuck? Oh, let me just see what it is. So I'll quickly cut and then move on to the inside track anyway. So see you in a sec. Right, here we are. One of them trees in the back keeps falling over. It is that one. Keeps falling over. I need to re-glue it, but yeah, it just knocked the tender off. Well, ever so slightly, and yeah, it just got stuck there. Anyway, let's have a go with the coaches. Luckily on the inside track the coaches are a little bit further away. And other than on the far side of the layout and bits where I've not cleaned, it's not really doing all that badly. Just give it a bit more power. Then I'll give it a stop. Getting caught in scenery again. Need to re-glue something else now. But yes, other than a little bit of slippers, but that can be attributed to. Let me just have a quick look. I just got caught in a bit of scenery, I'm not too sure. But the inside line it does seem happier on. But yes, other than not liking dead frogs, which easy thing to solve is either not have dead frogs or have insular frogs, and they're still not dead frogs then, so it wouldn't be an issue. Not getting caught in scenery like trees, that's always an issue. But yeah, other than that, for about £80 to £90, it's a very decent loco. It may not have all the detail, but considering that all the LSWR tender locomotives happen to be Union Mills locos, it's the only place you can get them. Still wanting to get a LBSC one, but oh well. But yes, that's it. All the only faults which you can really say about this is that its detail is lacking. Its price is good, its pulling power is good, even if it's getting caught in scenery, it will still have a go. But and like I said, it weighs a ton compared to everything else. So yeah, it has. So the only issues there is detail really. So yeah, no nice view in the front. So would I recommend this? Of course I would. Everybody recommends Union Mills models. Only way you can get some of these rare locos. But yes, that's my last Union Mills Southern locomotive, because they've only done 3, which is the Adams 39.5 class, the T9, and also the 700, which means if I have to do any Union Mills ones, I'll probably have to get something not Southern. Oh well. I can always do GWR, make my dad happy. Oh well. Anyway, this has been James from Gosport Railworks, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So I hope to see you again next time. Take care now. So let's make a go off around the corner. That's my lucky stalled. There we go. There we go.